Let's be real for a second. You can write the most brilliant code in the world, but if no one can figure out how to install and use it, does it even matter? Today, we're going to master a skill that's just as crucial as coding, writing great technical documentation, starting with your installation and usage guides.
So, picture this. You've spent weeks, maybe months, building an amazing software project. It runs without a single bug. But how will anyone else know how to use it? It really makes you wonder, right? Is perfect code all by itself truly enough?
And this right here, this sums up the problem perfectly. Think about it. Your documentation is the front door to your project. It's the very first experience a user has. Confusing instructions, like we see on the left, that just leads to frustration. But clear, helpful instructions, like on the right, that's how you get happy, engaged users. It makes all the difference in the world.
Okay, let's get really clear about why this matters so much. As a software engineer, this isn't just some optional extra task you do at the very end. Nope. It's a core part of creating a successful project that people will actually want to use. Ultimately, your documentation sets the stage for everything that follows. Good instructions mean less frustration, which means more people will actually use your project. And, professionally, it shows you care about the user experience. It shows you're a thoughtful, skilled engineer. So, how do we actually write good documentation? Well, it's not as hard as you might think. It all starts with just a few simple but really powerful principles.
I love this idea from Google's own training. Every engineer is also a writer. Just let that sink in for a minute. Writing isn't separate from engineering. It's a fundamental part of the job. Clear communication is just as vital as clean code. It's a total game changer when you start to think that way.
And you know what's cool? When you look at the best style guides out there, from huge companies like Google to platforms like draft.dev, they all agree on these three foundational ideas. Know your audience, use a clear and direct voice, and keep your writing simple. If you can master these, you're well on your way. First, and this is probably the most important, you have to know who you're writing for. Are they a complete beginner, or are they an expert developer? You have to use words and ideas they'll understand. There's a classic example where early tech writers found that users responded way better to typing something than the more technical phrase creating a document. It's all about empathy. This next one is such a simple trick, but it's so effective. Use the word you. Instead of writing something robotic like the user will then click the button, just write you will then click the button. It makes the instructions feel like a personal conversation. It's way more direct and so much more engaging. Okay, now let's talk about the active voice. This is a simple rule that makes your writing so much more powerful. All it means is that the subject of your sentence is the one doing the action. It's direct, it's clear, and it's much easier for our brains to understand quickly. And you can see the difference so clearly right here. On the left, the passive voice is kind of weak. The process is started by the program. But on the right, the active voice is strong and direct. The program starts the process. Boom. It's a small change with a huge impact on how easy your writing is to read. Okay, so with those principles in mind, let's apply them to the very first thing your user will see, the installation instructions. This is where their journey with your project really begins. A good installation guide should always have these three clear parts. First, what are the requirements? Tell the user what they need before they even start. Second, what other libraries or dependencies are needed? And third, give them the exact setup steps in a nice, clean, numbered list. This structure prevents so much confusion. And when it comes to the commands themselves, you have to be precise. Always put commands in a formatted code block. This makes it obvious that it's code, and most importantly, it allows the user to copy and paste it directly into their terminal without any mistakes. Great, so your user has successfully installed the project. They're feeling good. The very next question that pops into their mind is a simple one. Okay, now, how do I actually use it? A great usage section has to answer three simple but vital questions for the user. First, how do I run it? Give them the basic command. Second, what's supposed to happen? Show them the expected output. And third, can you show me a quick example? Answering these three removes all the initial guesswork. And don't just describe what the user should do, show them. Provide the exact copy and pastable command they need to get started. Just like this. Clarity here is absolutely key. Now, this is a step a lot of people forget, but it's so important. After you tell them what to do, you must tell them what success looks like. Showing the expected output confirms to the user that they did everything correctly and the program is working. It builds their confidence. So before you publish your README file or your documentation, it's always a good idea to step back and review your own work. A simple checklist can help you catch common mistakes before anyone else does. Here's a great checklist to review your work based on Google's technical writing courses. Check for active voice. Make sure you're speaking directly to you. Number your steps. Keep sentences short. But here's the best tip of all. Read your instructions out loud. You'll be amazed at how many awkward phrases you catch and fix just by hearing them. Okay, so the most important thing now is to take what you've learned today and put it directly into practice. So for your homework, go to one of your own software projects and write a clear installation and usage section in the README file using these principles. And as we finish, I'll leave you with this question to think about. What is the single first step you will take to improve your project's README? Remember, even a small improvement in your documentation can have a huge impact on how people experience and appreciate all your hard work. Thanks for joining me.